Hello, this is Judy Dahlgren, and I'm going to be putting together the Aurora card making workshop today. There are 4 cards, and you make 4 of each design for 16 cards. This is a great stamp set here. So you get 4 die cuts. You get a banner, you get a circle, and then you get 2 sides of the earth. Okay, so I already cut out all of these, and I do have a basic workshop cutting guide 101, and I will list that video at the end. And I'm going to make this card just as it is shown here in the book, okay, or in the directions. And what they're going to do first is take your shimmer brush, and they want you to make splatters. Now you can do this with a paintbrush. This is how we do it with our shimmer brush. I got my bone folder. Make sure you got a good crease here. Okay. And this is our craft sheet, which is a non-stick, heat resistant. I'm going to take my shimmer brush, this is mint, and put it on here just to get it all juicy. And then we're going to tap it. Oh, look at those great splatters. I love this. Now, I don't want to leave this on here because I can get it on the back. I got a little bit. So we'll take a paper towel and wipe that right off. And these clean up great. And I use this for all my gluing as well. It gets kind of yucky, but then I just clean it off at the end of the day and it all comes off. Okay, you can already see that shimmer settling. All right, and here are our pieces. It says to take this and put it here. This and put it here. Of course, our cardstock is double-sided, so it depends. You can have a choice. They have the dark side down. You can put whatever one you want, and this is double-sided. I'm going to go with the light one. Okay. Now, our cardstock is also white core. So, what I do to get rid of that, if you don't want it, I like to get rid of it. That's totally a choice. So I take my marker and I'll run it along here and get rid of that white core. Now, you can also do this with a sponge or a dauber or your ink pad, and I'll show you that here because I don't want to get on a dark cardstock like this. If you go off, it doesn't matter. Like I ran off here, but I'm going to use this side so it doesn't matter. But if I did that on here, you would be able to see it because it's so light. So I'm going to use it on my ink pad like this, and that'll get that really nice. Some people go this way, but I have found going along the side, I get a nice, even distribution of color. That is good. Well, we're going to need these for stamping. So, okay. So we're going to put these down. And I like to use my ATG gun. So, now this tape is similar to the tape runners that we have for Close to My Heart. But I had it before, so that's why I still use it. Use what you have, I say. Okay, now put this piece down. You can use your tape runner on this, but I'm going to use my liquid glass. Now, just in case it runs out, I'm not going to do it on my piece. You can see how nice and fine a line that gives us. The liquid glass is great for adhesive. As a dimensional effect, you can let it dry on your piece and it gives a glassy effect. So we're going to use that on our world, our earth piece later, you'll see. Okay, so we got that done. I did all that. And it also says take these, put one here, take this, and there are arrows here. I'm going to point the arrows into the card so it keeps your eye going this way. These markers have a light, a medium, and a dark color all in one marker. They're alcohol markers and they blend. And they are just wonderful markers. Love them a lot. All right, now I got out our dull green as well. And I'm going to use the mid color for this piece. There is some green in here. It's peacock green. And this really, if I left this marker on the paper, it would absorb into the paper. So you don't want to leave it on your edge too long or you'll get a blotch of color. Okay, so let's see. I want to have the constellation here. And I'm going to put this one on the bottom. Put this one here. Okay, now for our world. Put this on here. Let's see, white. I like that one. Okay. And this again is the liquid glue. So there is that piece. Isn't that cool? Okay. Now, you can add a little more effect here. See how that is greener? And I'm guessing that they colored it with something. It doesn't say on here that they did. But I'm guessing that they added some green to this. So let's do that and see what it looks like. And you might be able to do this after you put it on your piece. That's fine. I just wanted to see what it looked like. And you could also use your green marker, of course. But I'm going to do it with this. There's Florida. Okay. We need peacock. Peacock here. I'm going to ink this up. And I have already used these, so they are seasoned. I usually use ink to do that. I'll stamp them over and over, clean them, and then they're good to go. Okay. Okay. Now, we also have to do sending smiles across the miles. And stamp chamois. I keep my stamp chamois in a container. This is from some watercolor crayons from years ago, but it's got open holes so that it keeps it from getting moldy or smelly or whatever have you, as wet things will do as they dry. So if you have a stamp chamois, you can leave it out and let it dry. It stays wet enough for an all-day working project. Okay, sending smiles across the miles. Again, put this down so it is in shape. If you can manipulate the shape as well, but we're not going to. Right? Perfect. All right. So this is clean. That is clean. Put these back on here because I have lost them before if I don't put them away. And we're going to put some stars. There's stars and arrows, hearts. Little tiny marker there you can put on your world is to indicate where you are. And do some stars. One star. And I'll get my little ink pad, little ink block. Alright, now. Get how that shimmer brush is lightening up on that. Oh, it looks so cool. All right. With this, we're going to random stamp it. Now, the world is going to go here, so probably not a good thing to put it there. And you do want to go off of your card so it looks like it's random. Okay. And follow your rules of threes and do your triangle. It's not much of a triangle. I try to encase these things into. So we'll do a star there and a star over here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, one more. Let's do it up here. All right. Whoops. Okay. How does that look? Nice. I like that. All right, now. Instead of using a lot of foam tape to put this up, I'm going to use these two pieces that were misstamped and layer this and make it a dimensional banner. It also makes it so it won't crush. And see how those are off just a little bit? That's why it didn't stamp correctly. Okay, do I have it right this time? Nope, one is off. This way. Let's go. Let's go for that. Let's see. Alright, so this is 3 pieces of cardstock all together. Okay. You can use the foam adhesive, of course, but this I find goes better for cards that you're going to send through the mail. That way it won't get crushed when it gets to the recipient. Liquid glass. Gives you time to maneuver this so that they are perfectly aligned. Squish, squish. Now I'm going to use my marker to do the edges. Do blue, dark. And be careful. If you go this way, you run the risk of going across the front if your hand goes off. I always go from the bottom. Okay. There we go. It gives you a nice edge. I hope I'm in frame on that one. Add some dimension. It's the little things. See, I just went off on that. Good thing I didn't have it the other way. Okay. Get my ends. It just adds a nice touch. So we're going to put this, and they put it up here. So that looks good. And I think they put this up on foam adhesive too, but I'm going to mail this, so I'm going to leave it down. I could also make some more with my die cut to lift it up and make it like this. Let's see, I may have some extra pieces. We have all these pieces from the other cards that I have to make. So this makes 4, so I have 4 of everything. So let's get these out, and I'll make a few more before I make the next card. We'll make this dimensional. All right, again, liquid glass. Now this has the white edge, but because it's such a light color, it's okay. I'm gonna color it. No. We'll do it with the light blue. That should be good. Just so you can see. Our earth is together. The earth is going here. All right. More liquid glass. It's getting empty. I gotta get a new bottle. All right. I want it like there. Okay. Around, get that liquid glass squished in there. All right. And this sentiment on here. Sweet. Does anybody even say that anymore? I say it all the time. Especially when I'm card making. It gives me joy. The only thing left is our gems. These are included in your kit. Okay, we're back with card number 2. And I prepared everything as best as I could before we got started. I inked the edges of this, and this with sapphire, with the glacier, or peacock and glacier, or sage. This one I did with the glacier around the edge, and you can see the color, I hope. So we're going to put this on here. I wanted to show you that I did those edges before I put it down. That's why. Okay. I always put the one side down and let the other one go down. If I needed to move that, I could still get that up. Okay, now I'm going to press it. Okay, this piece. Love. I did that splatter technique again. Press. And I don't know how dry that is, so I'm not going to press real hard across it. Okay. These pieces go down the sides. Okay. I use tweezers a lot. My fingers aren't as nimble as they used to be. So I'm going to put you there. I'm hoping with the new catalog we got new tweezers. I love these, but they're not available anymore. It's almost like another hand. Okay, so there is that part. Now for the world, I doubled this. These are 2 die cuts glued together, as you saw. And then this goes on here. So I'm going to use some shimmer brush. Ooh, if I can get it apart. And watch doing that because it goes all over the place. There, see? It's splattered on that one. So we're going to use this one. And we're going to just add some shimmer to this. Oh my gosh, that looks gorgeous. And that's the part that's going to show through the earth. All right, and I didn't do the edges because that's where I'm going to have my glue. Oh, look at that. I hope you can see that. It is nighttime in the ocean. Okay, I'm going to put it down and squish it. Okay. It's going to take a minute to dry because the shimmer brush is on there. Okay, beautiful. Now, the green. Where's my green? Here it is. The mint shimmer brush, sorry. We're going to do our USA again. And that looks so nice. All right. So we're going to put our world here. And I did my clouds. And these were on the glacier, stamped with peacock. And then fussy cut. I'm going to put my world down and stamp first. I'm going to offset it just a little bit. This is the card we're making here. This you can see is curved on here. I put it on like that. The original shape is an arch to go on the banner, okay? But our stamps are maneuverable. You can maneuver them to make a shape other than what they're originally intended for, and they'll stick like that. So you put it on your block like that, and I'm going to stamp it like here. Okay, love it. That looks perfect. Oh my gosh, never happens like that, right? Okay, love, love, love that. And they do have the both spellings of color on here for someone who might not be in the US. It has a U in it. Oh, it never happens like that. I'm so happy. All right, where's my clouds? Here they are. So let's use a little dimensional adhesive. I have one small enough for that. And I use the inside of our shaker cards. We have the strips too that are great. Let's make sure that maneuvers on there. Let's say you have this overhanging. Our non-stick micro tip scissors will cut that off. I'll show you. Okay. You could also take your marker and color that. Okay, so it won't show. Now, so it's not white. Okay. Tip there. So the foam is on the white. Whoops. That's more of how my world goes with videos. Flinging everything everywhere. All right, so we are done here. What's left? Anything? Oh, coloring my clouds. We're going to use the mint shimmer brush for that. Okay, so now what's left is the silver glitter gems. Oh, that looks really cute. Okay, I'm going to give you a close-up of this. There. I want to show you the first card that we made. I added some liquid glass to the earth. Water. Look at that. Doesn't that look like water now? So I just put liquid glass in the holes there where the oceans are supposed to be. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll be back for card 3. Okay, here we are with card number 3. And I've already prepared everything as far as anything I've already shown. So I did this shimmer brush on the bottom piece. These 3, I dovetailed, glued them down. I inked the edges. And I'll show you on this piece, which is this one, because there was some extra things I wanted to share. So we're going to find the glacier. Let's make sure this is in frame. And I did 3 layers of that. And we're going to do the random stamping here. And I stamp, I turn it 1/4 every time. And go off your paper. Let's see, I'll do that one. So that it looks intentional. Here they have the stamping. It's 2 different arrows and 3 different ink colors. So how I'm going to do that is on one side of this 1-inch block, I'm going to put 1 arrow. And they're clear and see-through, so I can use this side for my other arrow. I'm going to put it up near the top. Okay, so now I can, without having to take it off every time and readjust it and change it and everything, I can just use it like this. And we're going to do that on the bottom of this piece, right along here. I'm going to try and do it without getting my head in the way. I'll get all my inks out here at once. We're using charcoal, glacier, and peacock, and I marked the lids with the colors so I don't get them mixed up. So now this one is next, and we did glacier, so we're going to do charcoal. There we go. Whoop, and I got some ink there. All right, we'll fix it. And this one we're going to go the opposite way. Okay, where's my paper towel? Make sure I don't get that done again. And we're using glacier. We're going to put you up here. Because I'm off a little, I'm going to keep going off. Make it look like I meant it that way. Okay, so now we're on to the charcoal. This guy. Make sure I don't have any ink there again. And we're going to go the opposite way. Okay. And now we're on to peacock, and the arrow's going to go the opposite way. We're going to go here. Perfect. I'm easy. Don't tell anybody. Alright, so glacier again. This arrow. And we're going to go into the card, into the card, into the card. Now we're going to do this piece. Okay, now we're going to ink the edge in my handy dandy way. And we have to dovetail. Now some people, they'll cut here and they'll go from this side and this side to the middle. I'm not very successful at that. I like to bend my cardstock. I don't crease it and with a bone folder or anything like that. I just bend it so the edges meet, and then I'll snip. And that usually works for me. So you do whatever works for you. And then I will ink. See how nice that is to get the inside. I'll show you this tip too. You don't want your edges, because we're gluing right to the card base, you don't want this to be loose. And when you use the tape, it leaves little edges up, and that's fine. I like it like that. I want some dimension there, but not here. I don't want somebody to open the card and having it flip up. I don't mind so much on that side, but I glued the top and put tape on the bottom parts, okay? I'll show you how I do that. So I put some tape there. And I'm gonna put my liquid glass along the top. Not exactly at the top though, okay? Just a little bit down. And you're gonna take your piece, and I usually have it laying on the ground, or on the table, on the ground, and I will rub it here and get the glue on the tip of my piece before I stick it down, okay? And then I'll press it down, and the glue gives you that little bit of wiggle room. Make sure I didn't move that too far, okay. Press. Squish it together. Now that will stay secure right there. All right, and cover that up. Let's do this first. No, we don't want to put this down here. I like it up here. And that's going to hold your flaps down too a little bit. Gems to fix the boo-boo. And that is the card for now. Now, another thing you can do to spruce this up is take this and you can cover just a little bit. It's just those little things that make it special. Okay. Thank you. I'll be back with the next one. Okay, fourth card. I have it done. So here I added glimmer on the bottom of the world. I put it up here a little bit, and I put shimmer brush in the stars. Other than that, everything is the same. I inked the edges. Put a couple layers here. This is 3 layers. This is 3 layers. Okay, get it in frame. This is 3 layers. This is 3 layers. And I didn't want to have it go over here because then it would be, I'd have to put pop dots on the other side and it might get crushed as it's going through the mail. So I'm going to show you how I think they did that water brush effect. At least this is how I would do it. Squeeze your ink pad so you get ink in the lid, okay? And I take a little bit of water and spray it in here carefully, so I don't want to get water everywhere. I'm going to take the water with my paintbrush and mix it up and get it nice and wet. And then I'm going to take it, I'm going to go here, and that's perfect. So I'm going to do it on my piece. Oh, nice. All right, so let's take a look at that. Added just a little bit, and hopefully that ink will not smear. And that's what it looks like before you stamp it. All right, I want to show you another card that I made with this. This is a die cut, well, not a die cut, a Cricut cut from our new Cricut cartridge available through Close to My Heart. Under the earth, I put a piece of plastic and put shimmer brush on it. I don't know if you can see all that sparkle. And then I layered that on the green to make it pop a little bit more. But I thought that was really neat. And this one, can you see that? It's on the clear plastic. And I put stickles on the back side so that it would be all glittery. So it's just a couple other ideas of what you can do. I can't wait to make them into cards.